Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. Today we are building one of the last sets. I think this might actually be the last Batman set that we have that's new from 2018. I think there's one other actually that has Boomerang in it, but this is the last one that I was like really looking forward to. It's actually pretty cool. It's basically a glorified dance party minifigure pack. I mean, that's essentially what it is. We come with 5 minifigs in this pack here that is, well, 4 minifigs plus Wonder Dog. Why does it never want to focus too close? The guys are Hawk Girl, El Dorado, Superman, and the Green Arrow. Also, the set is recommended for ages 7 to 14. 70919 has 267 pieces, sells for £30, $30, or €35. Pretty much the exact same price and part to price ratio from yesterday's set, which was the DC set with Killer Frost and had Cyborg's helicopter. This is basically the exact same amount of pieces, the exact price. This does come with one more minifigure if you do indeed count Wonder Dog as a minifigure. And there's no vehicles or action functions. It's really just like a party scene. Pretty cool DJ setup, not gonna lie. I think it's actually a pretty good DJ setup. But, right, so the play functions and sort of the action fighting isn't really gonna be part of it. This is just kind of the silly set where they're doing the DC anniversary, the Justice League anniversary party, and Batman wasn't invited. That's a scene from the movie. Anyways, hello everybody. Hello. How's my hair? Okay, hello. Let's get down to the bottom screen. Hello. Who wants the Infinity War sets? I want the... Sorry. Who wants the Infinity War sets? I want the Infinity War sets. Let me move all this stuff way down. This camera angle. I kind of like it when it's a little far, but I can move that further back. All right. Bo. Super Pumpkinhead me. What are you talking about? You want the set with Steve Rogers? Oh, yeah. Here we go. So, I'm assuming 3 bags, right? Let's see. 3 bags. I bet you anything. It's 3. 1. There's the manual. Oh, nice. These are Hawk Girl's wings. A little bit kinked, unfortunately. Stickers. Let's see. 2 bags and... Oh, just 2 bags. Interesting. Okay, so the set from yesterday had... let's see. Remind me tomorrow. Okay. The thing keeps on wanting to update. My computer keeps on wanting to update. So yeah, so the set yesterday was like, it set 271 pieces. This is 267, so it's almost exactly the same, but it came with 3 numbered bags. This comes with 2. So that's the only difference really I can see between the setup between these 2 sets. Hello, just came in. A bunch of new people just jumped in. Okay, yeah. I think what just happened is the sub thing finally tweeted out. If YouTube decides to promote our stream, as in decides to tell our subscribers that we're live streaming, usually around 150 people minimum like will jump in. But it stopped doing it. It's basically just stopped telling our subscribers recently that we're live streaming. Or it tells less of you guys. I'm not really sure how the system works. So yeah, it is a little bit lower than average. I think it's just something that if you live stream long enough, eventually YouTube just stops telling people that you're live streaming. I think that's how it works. It doesn't want to like spam people's inboxes. So unfortunately, I think it's the whole thing about like hitting that little bell button if you want to actually get notified. I never say that because, I don't know, I just feel like I never should say that. But I think that's what it is, because a lot of people aren't getting notified from spam boxes, or they're not getting notified in their inbox when we do stuff. What's up with that? Like, when we live streamed in the beginning, we used to have like 200 average, like every single stream, and eventually people just stopped getting notified, which is like, it's just kind of the nature of the game. I think if you live stream long enough, then eventually it figures not to do that. Cool, I like this. This is a cool cape. This is for Wonder Dog. And then, right, okay, this would be for El Dorado and Superman. They've got the exact same cape. All right, how many of the figs are we building right now? Just Hawk Girl and Superman. I think this is a new Superman. The torso piece looks just about the same as before, but the expression on his face for sure is new. This is definitely a new Superman expression. Why did I put his head on? Yesterday I was Speed Force. Okay, howdy Jack. Hello Anthony. Hey Jack, I'm a big fan. I'm subscribed to you, by the way. I love your videos. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you, everybody. Hello, everybody. I know my hellos are always like very quick, like, hey, everybody, bam, this is the set, this is the set, this is the set, and then I just start talking. But hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a good Tuesday. It was Martin Luther King Jr. Day yesterday. So I know a lot of people took the day off or a half day off. I know when I was driving to the studio, there's definitely a lot less people on the road, which is nice to see. Who even thumbs down this good? Oh, that's just the nature of the game, bro. Once there's a certain amount of thumbs up, you gotta find some thumbs down. That's just people fill in the gaps, almost. What's some tips for YouTubers starting out? Start making videos about stuff that you like. And as you're making the video, if you're not enjoying the process of making the video, then change your process, because and it's all about kind of, you know, nobody wants to do YouTube and not enjoy it as they're doing it. I feel like that would be counterintuitive. So yeah, here we go. So you get these two alternate types of wings for, I think Hawkman also came with the exact same wings. So Hawkman and Hawkgirl, or Hawkboy, I can't remember. Yeah, it's Hawkman. They both have the same kind, and I'm looking, this is a little bit more vibrant. I'm gonna keep the vibrant side on the outside. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. And I would assume, here we go. Yeah, we're closing it off with these little pieces here. So yeah, advice for starting out YouTubers: work on content that you like to make. If you enjoy the process of making the videos, then everything's a plus, because it's like, all right, you know, whether or not you get viewers, or if you want to turn it into like a long-term business thing where you want to like sustain your lifestyle making YouTube videos, or even have just like a little bit of a side income on top of it. If you enjoy the process, then everything's a win, because you like making the videos and you like doing all that stuff. I know people that have started out, or I've talked with people saying like, oh, I started doing these videos, but it was just so time consuming and stressful, or I thought it was going to be more fun than this, or I bit off more than I can chew, sort of stuff. And then if you don't enjoy making the videos, it's like, half the reason why content creators like to make stuff on YouTube is because, you know, you're in control, you enjoy the actual process. So make a video that you enjoy to make. If it's too much, if it's too crazy, then just make it simpler or easier. I would say that's probably a big mistake people do, is they try getting all this crazy equipment, or they invest all this time, effort, and money into this big production or something, and then it doesn't go viral or whatever, you know, and you get disappointed. It's like, just do a simple thing, and then if you're happy with the simple thing, and then you look at it and you're like, I could do it a little better. I think I've got the motivation to like maybe spend a little bit of extra time here, or learn how to do a different type of editing or whatever. Just like start small, go big. I would say that's probably, just keep it enjoyable, you know, because that's the beauty of this platform, is you get to do what you love. People, I think, start running towards it now, being like, oh, I could be rich and famous doing like super easy whatever fun stuff, and then they start doing it and it's like, wait, this isn't what I liked. So I would say that's probably #1 piece of advice for starting out YouTubers, which is the way I pronounce YouTuber. Okay, let's get that in. Hi Jack. Hello Jack, tomorrow is my birthday, can I have a shout out? No, we can't do shout outs. Can't do it, because then everybody's going to say it's their birthday if I give you a shout out, and then it's just going to be like, that's the only thing that shouts about. Give me a shout out, Jack. I missed the red title and somehow thought it said Lego Beetlejuice anniversary set. That I would have definitely clicked on that, being like, what? Beetlejuice anniversary set? Let me see what's up with that. I do know that Lego they're going to be making sets based on some of the Dimensions characters that we saw. So we did have a Beetlejuice set from Dimensions, It's just a tiny little thing. But you do get the Beetlejuice minifig, which is like the coolest part. And I was so disappointed at first because I was like, "What? We got the Powerpuff Girls license for Lego, and they only made like some of the minifigs, and they didn't go ahead and do like a set." And then later it came out that they are working on sets, and we're gonna get a Mojo Jojo set, so that's gonna be awesome. I don't know when that comes out, sometime this year. What is the most commonly brought Lego theme? Do you mean bought? I think if you mean bought, I think #1 selling might still be City. I'm not sure. Maybe it's Star Wars. I have no idea. I haven't really kept track of those stats. I'm sure you could probably Google that too. I don't know. You should Google it and let me know, because I don't know. You can get a Sandman from Mighty Micros. Yeah, they have a couple of Sandmans. I think the original set with Sandman is now retired. Okay, cool. So this is the base for the DJ thing. Oh, cool. You're going to be able to spin something in the DJ rack. Something's going to spin. Is it going to be the records? Okay. My favorite minifig is Green Arrow. Really? Would you buy this set without the minifigs? Probably not. I feel like that's probably the biggest selling point. Not to say that the build is going to be bad or something. I don't think the build, from looking at the pictures, I don't think the build looks bad. But yeah, that's still I think the main selling point for this set has got to be the minifigs for sure. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I don't mind sets where like the main attraction is the minifigure. As long as the minifigs are good and they don't like overprice for the thing, and if that's what they want to grab an audience by, is by making like a bunch of cool figures that you couldn't get any other way, go for it. I'm down for that. I'm okay with like that idea or that philosophy behind a set. Not every single set has to be totally focused on build. Totally fine with that. I honestly think this build is kind of shaping up to being something kind of interesting looking. Because this is taking place. I was just okay. That's funny. This is that's how I created the bottom layer for my little Rick and Morty spaceship. So looking at that's just kind of funny. Like I just started a rebuild on Rick and Morty's spaceship. So I have the original model, and I've ordered some more parts, and I've got like 2 outlines of this kind of build sitting on my desk right now in the studio. My other desk in my room. So, boom. I'm actually really excited to start working on that stuff again. Okay, this is gonna go this way. Okay, yeah, and then we're just gonna kind of stack it. Just gonna stack it. I don't know how many. I'm just gonna start going back and forth for a while and just see how far we get. It says we need 6. I think that's all of them. I'm not even gonna count. How are you? I'm pretty good, ML Brick. I am chilling on a Tuesday morning, almost afternoon. Yeah, and everything's pretty gravy. We had some people in the studio yesterday, some fans checking out the spot. It was pretty fun. Yeah, just really basic stuff. Kind of set up for this week. I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. We're gonna have a collection update video for one of the big collections this week on Thursday, so you guys can look forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. It always takes a long time to do the collection videos, but whenever I finish one, I'm like really happy that I did. So yeah, we're gonna be working on that for this week. Do you like porgs? Honestly, I didn't mind them. Out of all the things that I kind of had a problem with the new Star Wars film, porgs were very low on my list. Very low on my list, I would say. So I don't really have a problem with porgs. It's Disney. Sure, yeah, they had to sell something cute. I don't care. I don't care that that's how it went. They're fine. Hi, I finally reached 15. What is your favorite Star Wars set? The Ultimate Collector Series Slave 1 has pretty much been top of my list for years now. Because Slave 1, hell yeah. I like the Slave 1, and I also like a lot of the UCS sets just in general look pretty good. Okay, this arc it looks okay. It looks fine, right? It doesn't have like a perfect arc, but it's pretty good. Yeah, all right. It sticks on the jumpers there, and then the other 2x2s on those sides. Okay, cool. And then another plunger piece. Oh, so this is going to attach all the way through to this thing that spins there. So now it's connected. Aha, got it. Ask a fan, please give shout out. Can't do shout outs. Can't do them, man. I'm telling you. I used to do shout outs when I first started live streaming to like anybody that asked. And the entire chat was just people asking for shout outs. Nothing else was happening during the chat the whole time, and it was exhausting and it didn't make any sense. So we stopped doing it. And then I looked at like how other people live stream, because I didn't really know a lot about live streaming. And then I started watching a bunch of Twitch streamers and stuff and realized that like people don't do that. And I was like, oh, okay. Did I say how? I might have. Oops. Sorry. I don't usually use rough language. That's my bad. What is watch in the next movie? They said hundreds of porgs. Like, they're gonna just have hundreds of porgs sent at Kylo Ren. Yeah. I'm really curious to see how much of the rhyming is gonna happen. That's what they call it when they. That's what I think George Lucas said, or somebody said, when they're talking about sort of the later generation of Star Wars films, where it's going to rhyme with the original trilogy, which basically means it's just a nice way of saying that they're going to copy a lot of things from one version of the story to the next. So you got a bit of that you got a lot of that from the first one, and then you got a bit of that from the second, from Episode 8. And I'm just kind of curious to see what they're gonna rhyme with in the third installment that would rhyme with Return of the Jedi. Personally, I hope they don't do something like like a cutesy or non-threatening looking alien species that ends up being the thing that saves the day and helps the guys, like do the whole Ewok kind of thing. If they have an Ewok type arc in the third one, I would be sorely disappointed. But I doubt they're going to do that, because that's one of the more highly criticized aspects of the original trilogy. So I doubt that they would try to emulate that. Loki sucks. Oh my god, yes. A UCS lightsaber would be amazing. Oh yeah. We've been looking into designs. There have been some really good builders out there that have really cool lightsaber designs. And we definitely want to find like the best possible version. Our whole shtick for our store and stuff, for putting instructions up, is all about getting just like the most accurate and the best possible version of any mock. We don't want to put any mock up if we don't think it's the best version of that particular thing. And we're just all about hyper accuracy and like really good detail. But not sacrificing structural integrity. And it just takes forever to get a mock like that to really work. It's possible, but it takes a ton of time. And the unfortunate thing is we have had people, hello, whoa, somebody just came in with the super chat. I don't know if it came in up on that screen yet. There it is. From Just a Kid That Rants. I didn't get this stream in my notifications. I know, Just a Kid That Rants. It's super annoying. We've been just ranting about it. Mike and I have actually gone back and forth about this several times now, where, thank you, by the way, for the $2 donation. Yeah, I was saying this in the beginning, but basically YouTube has decided to just stop like giving notifications out. Every now and then they will do it for our live streams, but they've pretty much stopped sending notifications out to subs. So we used to average like much higher numbers for all of our live streams, but it just sort of stopped happening. Part of that, I think, is like YouTube looks at our engagement stuff and they see like analytics and they're like, okay, like a certain amount of people that watch just look at the video for a few minutes and then they switch out, which is generally how most like live streaming analytics usually looks. But in terms of sending that out like to notifications, I guess it just didn't hold water for them. They just didn't want to they just don't want to send notifications out to most of our subs now, which is super disappointing, because we really like live streaming, but it does suck that, you know, the audience is limited. I'm not exactly sure what. I mean, it's the whole bell notification thing. I'm not going to be spamming you guys, be like, hit that bell. Like, I don't know. People that know YouTube, they know YouTube. If they want to hit the bell, they'll hit the bell. I think people say it on their channels because statistically speaking, if you ask people to like a video or subscribe like during your video, like on a statistical level, more people will like it, more people will subscribe, more people will hit the bell notification. I think that's why people do it, but I don't know. It's almost like I just forget, and then I just like, all right, whatever. Like, it's just not part of it. But that is part of the reason why the live streams have shrank in size. People just stop getting notified, which is kind of weird. Sometimes nobody gets notified for the first like 10 minutes, and then like it'll be at like 20 people watching, and then all of a sudden it'll be at like 180 people watching or something. And you're like, what? Oh, okay. YouTube just like decided to send notifications out to people. Okay, cool. So this is the whole thing. It works. It's solid. So we've got this little bit that twists in the back here. It's connected with a really standard gear piece, and then this part, you can see it. You can see it there. Twists around. All right. So there we go. That's going to be, I think, our only play function in the whole set. I'm pretty positive of that. And we're just about to end this. Okay. Heyo. Oh, it's like a little dancing turntable thing. I think that's what we're looking at. Okay, dokie. Hello, BrickVault. Hello, Brick Star Wars Boy. Hello, everybody. I don't like in creator sets that they have... Whoa. I don't like in creator sets that they have brick-built animals. Whoa, what's this? Just a kid that rants. Hold on, I will get to your comment in just a second. Their algorithm detects videos against the community guidelines, which doesn't do a very good job, yet it doesn't send out notifications for streams. Right. I mean, there's truth to that, and then there's also other factors too as to why they don't send out notifications. The reality is, they look at videos that people really like to watch a lot of. Like, they'll look at the ratio between how long a video goes, because our streams are super long, or actually not so much anymore. But basically, they'll look at the ratio of how long people watch videos for and how long they just kind of like, ooh, this is kind of cool. So there we go. It's a super smooth function. You can really spin this around if you want. Waja! It doesn't really retain its spin because it's got that 90-degree gear in there, which doesn't really allow for, you know, the long, like, spinning action afterwards, but there's very little resistance. It's like a super smooth function. So, yeah, that is true what you're saying, Just a Kid That Rants. Thank you, by the way, for the $5 donation. But I think there's other factors, too. It's not like the community guidelines algorithm is just there to detect... you know, inappropriate content. It's there to protect, sort of like promote things that they think people watch more minutes of rather than less. So the reality is, it's a Lego live stream, and a lot of people that click on the thing, they look at it for a few minutes and they'll click away, and that's fine. But on a long enough time scale, they'll see that, and then the program will say, oh, like, nobody wants to watch this video for very long, so we're not going to send the notification out to our subs. So that's what it's doing. I think that's my personal, like, theory, I guess. I'm pretty sure it's true, though. So, yeah, it is half just kind of YouTube buggery in terms of they just don't know what the heck they're doing sometimes. But it is also the way the analytics program just kind of works in its own weird way. On a long enough time scale, that system works in general to support content that people want to watch, but in other ways it doesn't. They should send out notifications no matter what. Well, Just a Kid That Rants, they have that option, and it's the bell notification. So thank you again for another $2 donation. We do appreciate it here. And to answer your questions, yes, that is, they do have that as an option, and that's what the bell notification is. So if you've seen other people say that in videos, like, remember to hit that bell notification. The bell notification, all it does is say, no matter what, I want to be notified about this channel's updates. Like, I like this content and I still want to get notified. Before, the subscriber button was that. There was no bell button, and every time a subscriber made a video or a content creator made a video, you would be notified no matter what, every single time. But now they've done the data and they've found out that people just ignore a lot of things in their sub boxes. Like, they'll just kind of ignore stuff that creators will have. So they made a notification system where they can kind of just stop sending stuff to you after a while if you've skipped enough of one creator's videos, or if you don't watch like a certain ratio of their videos. I don't know how the algorithm actually works, but it's basically like if you don't watch enough of their stuff often enough, then you'll just stop getting notified entirely. That's pretty much how YouTube works, and that's what the notification button is for. That if you only watch a handful of videos, or if there's only if you only like watching our news videos and you don't really care about the reviews, if you hit the notification button, then you'll still get notified. I don't know. It's kind of the whole system's a little bit funky. Ooh, nice. I like this lime green thing. But thank you again for the $2 donation. Your bell turned on and it wasn't notified. Okay, Just a Kid That Rants. Thank you again for the $2 donation. Okay, I'm trying to remember now. Okay. There's this YouTuber. I can't remember his name. I feel bad because he's a good YouTuber and he makes some really interesting videos. He's the guy that's blind, and he makes all the videos about just like what it's like to be blind. And he's this really like nice, like humble dude. And he made a video about how his channel, like he did all these series of tweets because he realized his channel was just losing tons of views and that his subscribers weren't getting notified. And he was telling them to like hit the notification bell. And he put a thing out on Twitter where he had his subscribers like send pictures to him of them like not getting notified, and they had like the bell subscription. So he was getting all, I mean, understandably so, but he was upset because it's like his subscribers were hitting the bell notification, but YouTube algorithm still decided to not notify people. That's crazy. I forgot that was a video that I watched, but yeah, that is a reality too. So it's like YouTube sometimes, I don't know why. I don't know if that's an automated thing that the algorithm decided to sort of override. I have no idea. Or if the creators tweaked something where they're like they prefer to support certain types of content. I have no idea. But I do remember watching that video. I can't remember. He's this really good YouTuber. He's like a really popular YouTuber, and he makes videos. He's a blind guy who like makes videos about, just, things about being blind and, things you wouldn't know if you weren't blind yourself. And he makes like fun videos that kind of explain, things that blind people do, just like everyday activities and how they do things. And it's a really fun channel, actually. I do like watching this stuff, but I do remember that now. Let's see. I don't like creator sets that have BrickVault animal sets, which could get made a French bulldog with a pug for color. That would be best. More people would get them for the animals. Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, I did like their build for the pug, like just in a general sense, because it was funny. I know what you're saying. When they did, dang it, new messages. Okay, here we go. I do like the build they did for the pug, but I understand what you're saying where they just don't fit with just regular animal critter molds, and it's weird that they kind of employ two different sort of build styles between certain types of sets. Yeah, if they kept it consistent, it would be fun. I think it's just the creator just. The whole idea behind creator sets is to just kind of like mess around, I think, and just like sort of have fun with the whole thing. Cool. Okay, so this is the icy sort of stage that we're setting up. We're about to have a pretty legit DJ table come into play here. Some funny like little pink stars and things. All right. Jack, do you want to pick of my mini mock Lego City on Instagram? I would say yeah, if you want to send in your mock for either top 10 or whatever, or if you think it's good enough to sell on the web store, Yeah, I would say go ahead, send it to BrickVaultFanMox@gmail.com. Yeah, and I check the BrickVaultFanMox@gmail.com email probably like once or twice a week, not that often. I do it basically when I start checking out, start setting up for an edit or something. And then I check the other email more often, but the other email is meant for things that are like for selling in the store. Those mock designs usually are. And we're pretty darn strict on that. I feel bad. A lot of people have been sending in mocks that we've been doing like a lot of rejecting recently, and it's nothing personal. It's just we're crazy sticklers. Like people with like really amazing mocks have sent them in, like really like truly amazing stuff. But if it's not like the best possible version of the one set, like especially if we're trying to do like a specific Star Wars ship or something, and somebody sends in like an amazing build, but somebody else has something that's slightly cooler or like slightly better in our opinion, then we're going to go with the one that's slightly better, even though somebody sent in something that's like truly like a masterful build. It's just something that's slightly not on the level that we were going for. So that's the whole thing, is like there's a lot of people that do mock instructions, and the whole thing we want to do is just like anything that we put up in the store, we want it to be the best possible version of whatever that is. Because there's so many people, there's so many mocks that you can either get for free or you know, you can go to places to buy it, but the scrutiny behind how well built they are or how accurate they are is kind of just, you know, it's just not as strict. And we want everything that we put up to be like the best possible version. We want everything to scale perfectly with each other. We wanted it to all be like perfectly proportional and everything. That's our whole sort of shtick here. I don't know why. I'm in the middle of doing a bunch of micro builds that are supposed to be they're supposed to scale to each other perfectly, or as close as possible. Like, you know, the snowspeeder is supposed to be like 2.5 studs long, which is like impossible, so I made it 3 studs long. So with the smaller scale stuff that I'm working on, it's hard, but I'm working out a fleet right now of a perfectly scaled micro fleet for Star Wars. So I copied a Falcon design that somebody made that happened to be perfectly scaled with somebody else's GR75 design that we have. So we've got the micro GR75, somebody else's micro Falcon. It was total chance happenstance, basically. Like I was just at Bricks LA and I was talking with Mira, and he had this cool Falcon like up on a little on his case somewhere, and I was like, oh, this looks like it could scale with the GR75. And I just knew in the back of my mind, because I'd made a little template of what all the different ships would scale to if I scaled with the GR75. I made a template a long time ago, and I left that up on my desk. So I always knew that my Falcon was going to be 17 studs long if it was going to scale with this GR75. And I just picked it up and I had counted the studs of his Falcon, and it was the exact same length, and I was like, perfect. And then Miro let me borrow it, so thank you, Miro. And then I made a rainbow Falcon outside of it. I think we put that up on our Instagram. I have a mock, but I don't want to have instructions sold. I just want it on an episode of mocks. What's the email? The email is brickvaultfanmox@gmail.com, mlbricks. Or you can literally click on any of our top 10 mocks that we release. Every single Sunday we do a top 10 mocks episode. And in the description there, it's like one of the first things you'll see in the description is a link, also the email written down. But it's brickvaultfanmox@gmail.com. Boom. Talking. My favorite set that I have is the Ultimate Temple of the Ultimate Weapon. Dude, I thought every single set that came out from the Ninjago movie line they were all good. Like, oh, I love these pieces so much. I don't think I want to break down this whole thing later for parts. I do like the way this DJ thing is set up, but I'm gonna want these for display stuff. These are so good for displaying ships. Oh man, okay. I know I'm gonna use these parts later for something. I just know it. I actually ran out of these not that long ago. Hi, Jack. Will you do new Star Wars minifigure collections, like updates for each year or movie? Some figures have, of course, come out in new versions. Yes, Muse Psycho, absolutely. That is happening. I'm starting to do update collection videos now. As of this week, I'm doing them. Okay. This? Oh, cool. Wait, what the heck? Oh, this is kind of interesting. There's like this little table thing in the back. It's on like a different... I don't know why that's on a peg here. Crazy. Oh, wait, what the heck? Wait, get rid of that. There we go, yeah. We have, oh, Phantom Cross has hosted us with a viewer. Nice. Hipster Wookie has just followed us just now. Thank you, Hipster Wookie. That was weird. I was looking up at the notifications and it got covered up by a question on whether or not I wanted to have my computer updated in the middle of the stream. Which I think it asks me every time. I always hit tomorrow because that's the furthest away that it'll allow me to click. And then every time I start the stream the next day, it asks me again if I want it to update. Hey Jack, if LEGO made a UCS Porg, would you buy it? I would. You mean Porg, but yes. I probably would get a UCS Porg if it like was a brick built one and it sort of scaled properly. Yeah, I'd probably get it. I probably would. I don't have a problem with Porgs. They also, there's not something that I particularly like love about them, but they were fine. They were totally fine. I didn't think they got really in the way of the story or anything. And that's the whole thing. People have found it sort of like fun to hate on them because they're like, oh, they're cutesy and silly and whatever, and they don't have a place. It's like, no, they can be there. That's fine. There's lots of cutesy things in Star Wars. It only becomes a problem when it gets in the way of like the narrative or it throws off the tone of stuff. Like, I personally thought that the battle droids being all silly and goofy, and just being like, there was such comic relief that you couldn't really be afraid of battle droids during a battle. I thought that was like a worse way to do it. I would have preferred, like, I definitely would have preferred battle droids to be a little bit more serious than Porgs to be, you know, not have Porgs or something. The battle droids being really goofy, I thought was like a way worse choice in terms of movie making. Because you can't, like, if you can't be afraid of, like, the droid army, it's like, there's nothing at stake whenever you see a battle. That was the one thing. It was just so, like, kind of silly, the whole thing. So, no, I got nothing wrong with Porgs. And I would definitely get a UCS Porg that was, like, life-size or something. I would totally get that. Alright. Can I get a shout-out? No. What is your favorite LEGO Technic? I like the cart, the go-kart. I love that. It's the pink and orange one, or purple and orange one or something. You can see the whole open gearbox, and you can see exactly how the gears shift within the build. And like, even the shifter stick, where it's like neutral in the middle and then down for first and then back up through neutral and up again for to second gear. It's a really common way gearboxes are constructed, and I love that they pretty much they just did the exact same sort of gearbox assembly, just in a simplified way. And open, you can see how the gears shift between first, second, and neutral all the way through and through, and I still think it's like the best Technic set. Because like the Porsche, for example, I honestly like to show off the go-kart more than I like to show off the Porsche, and they're right next to each other. The Porsche is an amazing looking model. It looks so cool, but the go-kart I honestly think is like more fun. Like, you can pick it up easier, you can show off the cool aspects of it more easily. Like, everything about it is just a little bit more accessible, which kind of makes it like a more successful set in my opinion. This is just me having had the Porsche for like over a year now, and all the times people have come into the studio, and I end up talking about the go-kart more than I talk about the Porsche, which is crazy. But that's just when people like ask questions and are checking things out. That's just naturally where things go. So the fact that I've got the giant, awesome, amazing Porsche, it's still a really great set. the fact that I've got that and that I still talk about the other one, I still talk about the little go-kart, I think that's a pretty telltale sign for me, where I say, yeah, that's the best one. Prefer the Porsche is still amazing. Don't get me wrong, guys. I still think the Porsche is good. Great, even. It's a really, really amazing set. We just didn't. I don't know. I just like the go-kart more. It's just my own personal opinion. Why can't I have shout out if inside? Ba 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 ba. We just don't do shout outs on request. It's just not a thing we do. It's a thing. It's actually a thing nobody does on pretty much most live streams. As far as all the serious ones that I've seen, at least, that's just the way sort of the live stream etiquette is set up. I hate it when people say Legos. Honestly, I go either way. Yeah, I try to say Lego now as the plural instead of Legos, and I'm pretty good about it. I very rarely slip up and say Legos, but sometimes I do, and that's because I grew up saying Legos my whole life, because that's what everybody said where I was from, that I knew. Anybody that lived in the world of building Lego at any time, and it's a natural progression of what people think when they look at like, oh, this is a Lego brick, you know, that's what you'll say. And then the natural logical conclusion that like 99% of kids will go with, you know, native English speaking kids will go with, they'll be like, okay, so that's Lego, these are Legos. Like that's just how your mind works. So I totally get why people say that. And yeah, even I slip up sometimes, but it's just like, you know, if that's what you've said your whole life, that's fine. It's no problem. I know Lego as a brand likes to really, they like make it like an emphasis on like pointing that out, which is kind of funny. But yeah, personally, I never really cared. So this is a Lego and Legos friendly zone here. We accept both. Is there a chance I might make a stop motion channel called Yoshi Bricks? Cool, man. Stop motion is so much fun. Like for us, it's just such a huge. It's so much of a time intensive thing that we just haven't decided to undertake it. And honestly, there's so many like really good channels out there that I feel like you should do it. And I was like, dude, I could spend like 3 weeks on one project and make something like only half as good as like half the channels out there right now. So go for it, dude. That stuff is intense. Doing stop motion animation. I actually had a interesting idea of getting stop motion videos on our channel. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, there. What is your best Lego fig? Our best Lego fig. That's all in the eye of the beholder. I personally like the backpacker. I know nobody likes that answer, but I like the backpacker from the collectible minifigure series from, I think it was like series 16, if I'm not mistaken. I liked him a lot. Oh wow, yeah, these little things like to break right off pretty easily. And we're almost there, guys. By the way, we're really close. This is the last step, pretty much. I am missing where these. Oh, yeah. These would go down here. Dun 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 dun. Speak of the devil, what? Mike has arrived. Finishing off.
Oh, the Justice League.
Yeah, Justice League, little Justice League set. I'm like literally putting the last thing on right now. Boom.
How's chat?
Chat's doing pretty good. I broke out of my Lego sets. Dang it.
The audience of your people there.
If you could have any Lego figure, which would you choose? I would choose to have the golden Boba Fett. That is, if I could have any of them, I would have the golden Boba Fett. I think they're like the most rare figs out there. There's two of them. Well, there's like the bronze and there's the silver and the gold.
Yep.
And they're all, I think, just as rare, but gold is gold, so I would go for gold. Go for gold.
Those minifigs that are somewhere on like a spaceship, like somewhere on Jupiter.
Oh yeah, they're like gonna crash into the.
Are they still flying? Or
Yeah,
they
they may have already crashed, but it's something like they crash.
I'm watching this in class. Stop right now.
Watching it in class. Hey teacher, teacher.
No,
Hey teacher, this kid's watching this video in class. Hey teacher, teacher.
we're terrible. I know.
It'd be like, that'd actually be pretty funny if they got caught. All right. And by the way, guys.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry, guys. That was out of my shot. That's my bad. It's my bad. You'd have the Chrome Vader. We got that Chrome Vader. Oh yeah. Did you see the city yet?
No,
Check out the city.
I really wanted to come in the morning, but please.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The other one is sick again.
For sure.
Great. Holy moly, what happened here?
We changed a lot of stuff in the studio, man.
I think I saw the Instagram post.
So, that's it, guys. By the way, I just finished. That was exactly it. We get 2 of these, by the way. We get 2 of these little extra lime green little feathers that you can stick in hats and stuff. Okay. All right. Let's check out the whole thing. Now, I mean, basically, this is what it is. This is what it is. You put a guy up there. I don't know who's supposed to be DJing. Oh, I guess Wonder Dog is DJing. Really? All right, yeah. Wonder Dog, the DJ. Here we go. Wonder Dog can DJ there. And then, right, so you can put figures up and you're like, yeah, and they're dancing around. That's it. That's your only play function. But it works fine. You know, it doesn't need to be anything else. We got some new guys. So, I will say all of these are exclusive figures. Because Superman is exclusive just in his facial expressions. I don't believe this has been a reused face, and it definitely hasn't appeared on Superman before if it is a used face. So we've got 5 minifigs, Wonder Dog being considered one of them, and let's check it out. So let's show off the minifigs closer first, because I feel like the major selling point of the Justice League Anniversary Party is the new minifigs. And let's not start with Superman, because he's actually kind of the least interesting out of all these guys. So, Hawk Girl. This is Hawk Girl, not Hawkman. We have Hawkman. I like that. That's reflective gold bit of printing on the boots, even at the top part. It kind of looks darker. It almost looks like it's red, because it's kind of reflecting the red there. It's actually not red when you turn it up. That's gold right by the curve of the legs. It's kind of a weird visual thing. Like, yeah, looking at it looks like it's red, but it's not. Yeah, so she's got some, black printing for negative space for the hips. Got a little bit of midriff showing there. Let's take off this stuff. This is the same bit of that's the same helmet that Hawkman had before. These are the same wings that Hawkman had on before. And you get the alternate version, just like other Hawkman, where you get the spread out wings as well. But this is the minifigure body. Actually, let me put the head on too. Let's get the head on, and you can see her expression. So that's her alternate expression. Pretty good alternate expression. I like them. I like them both. These, I think this could be a unique expression for Hawk Girl. I don't know if it is though. Don't quote me. But yeah, the printing for the back is great. Front is good. This is actually good. Side printing goes all the way through. Not dual molded legs, but I don't think that's necessary. Solid looking detail for one fig here. And yeah, she looks pretty good with the wings. You can just switch out the wings. You take off these 2 little pegs, and then this whole thing pops out, and then you can put the second, the different type of wings on the back there. That's how those functions work. I think there was a thing like that for Space Batman, the other Hawkman. Oh, her head isn't facing forward. When you put this on, it kind of looks really close to regular Hawkman, because the wings are the same and the helmet's the same, but all in all, pretty solid build. And then so she's a new character. We've never gotten a Hawk Girl before, so she is actually a new character. El Dorado. Don't know much about El Dorado, so I'm sorry. He kind of looks like a professional wrestler, not going to lie. He's got kind of sort of the native South American kind of symbolism around him. Same with sort of the name El Dorado. So he's got cool boots, though. Are they dual molded legs? Are they? Yeah, they are. Okay, here we go. So I would say that's dual molded dark green and red has never been done before, I don't think. And I like those yellow straps. This is going to be a really good leg piece because you can put this onto other guys. I think people are going to really like that leg piece for sure. And the top torso piece is great. Don't get me wrong. The leg print and the torso do match up a little bit, but it doesn't mean that like the symbol from the bottom here is gonna have to go on to this piece in order for it to like look like it can fit on another fig. I don't think, at least. Good looking guy. He's got 2 expressions, I believe. So there's his one expression, and his second one is a shocked face. So he's got some bigger, bushier eyebrows. I like the, yeah, it's good. Good looking guy. He's got the slightly darker skin tone. Not quite like the lighter flesh tone color. Really good looking fig. I kind of wish that he had an accessory. I don't know what he has. Is Hispanic superhero featured in various incarnations of the Super Friends animated television series. He was voiced by Mexican actor Fernando Escondo. Fernando Escondo. Thank you. Thank you very much for that information. I didn't know anything about El Dorado. I just know the name. You know, the name sounds familiar. The Hidden City. Wonder Dog. Wonder Dog. This is the same mold for like something that we would have gotten for a German Shepherd or any other dog with that same mold. It's the same type of mold. So he has the stud. This soft cloth cape is a special cut though. It's a little bit wider, a little bit longer, I should say. Sorry, let me get that closer. It's a little bit longer so it can actually fit around his head. But yeah, it's good. He's got a little bit of graying in the front. He's blue. How often do you get a blue dog? Not very often, I'd say. Yeah. And it's just a simple green cape. That's it. So yeah, Wonder Dog. I guess they count him as a minifig. I thought a minifig had to have moving parts, but I guess not. I don't know. And then we will get to Superman at the end, but this is a way more different version of Green Arrow. Way more different version. There is a Comic-Con exclusive Green Arrow, and then not such a Comic-Con exclusive version. I think the Comic-Con version of him is actually one of the most different and exclusive guys. But look at that. Looks good. Dark green. He's got, these are his light green tights. Very Robin Hood-esque. Yeah, and then he's got some more light green underneath him. I don't know which comic book incarnation of him this is really supposed to be based on. I know it's not really based on what he looks like from the movie series, or sorry, the TV series, the live action one. Let me just take that off so you can sort of see the print for his back. It's nothing exciting. It's just you get to see the full strap going around. Nothing too crazy. And yeah, there he is with the head. No alternate expression. Dang it, I should have put the quiver back on. Why did I not think of that? So, not bad. I think he's one of the better Green Arrow figs out there. He might be the coolest detailed one, I think, out there. The one from Comic-Con, I don't even think came with a bow and arrow, which was like the silliest thing ever. Ridiculously expensive Comic-Con exclusive Green Arrow. Didn't come with a green bow and arrow. All right, good looking guy though, and you come with two of these as spares, which I don't know why they came with 2 extras. It's kind of a cool little piece. All right, last one, but certainly not least, Superman. New Superman. The body, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the torso piece is not different than the last couple of Supermans we got. I'm not checking personally. I don't know if it is. I'm pretty sure it's not exclusive. It looks like the same print we've gotten before. The only thing unique about him, I believe, is just the face. So there's his kind of, yeah, pretty sort of happy-go-lucky party face. And then this is his embarrassed face when Batman is supposed to show up. I bet you anything that's what this is from. Because I don't remember a lot from the movie, but I do remember the scene where they're partying and he opens the door and he's like, "Oh, Batman, hey, didn't know you were coming," you know, sort of thing, because he was not invited to the Justice League anniversary party. Okay, so that's a good expression. That's a Superman expression, believe it or not. That's really funny. So yeah, good expressions. Definitely unique way to portray this guy. So those are all the figs. And let's check out the set. Let's check out the set, see if it's what it sort of cracked up to be. Okay, that's good enough. The set. This takes place in Superman's Arctic lair, or his secret lair in the Arctic. So it's all icy and snowy. Kind of makes sense. It's pretty festive. You can get all the figs on here if you really want, which is kind of nice. Get them all kind of hanging off the edge. And Wonder Dog was the designated DJ, apparently, at least in the set pictures. So Wonder Dog can go there. Come on, buddy. I got him to stay in earlier. So Wonder Dog stays, and then you can spin the guys around. It's a really solid function. They're like, yeah, we're dancing. That's the only play function, but let's look at the details. Oh, okay. Number one thing I don't like about this, I've knocked this off a couple times now. It's just held on by the one stud. And it's easy to break off. But yeah, the detailing is good. Let me turn down this white light just a tad, because yeah. And I'll take off these guys too. All right. Blah blah blah. So, yeah, I think it looks fine. The DJ table setup is like kind of the only cool part, and it is unfortunate that that's all stickers. That is all sticker detailing. Minus the Bat records. Oh yeah, I noticed that earlier. So these are the Bat records. Batman was not invited to this party, so why are there Bat records here? Like, why is it like, are they playing Batman's music? Are they playing Batman's music when he's not even invited to the party? That is like a low blow. This might even be like Batman's like turntables or something. That would be such a low blow. I have no idea. But this is kind of the best part of it, and it's too bad that that's all sticker detailing. I do like that they use those little lever pieces as like the needles on the records. And yeah, it's all pretty basic. This part doesn't make any sense here. The fact that like Wonder Dog or whatever platform is being used is on this little piece. It's like kind of open and sloppy. Doesn't make any sense. It's not even because it's a 3x3, and I guess they didn't want to do it. I don't know why. I don't know why this even has to be a jointed piece. That doesn't make any sense. I think that is by far sort of like the silliest and really just lazy bit of building. That I very rarely use that with a Lego set, because I know that designers are kind of limited in the parts that they use, and it's a lot harder creating a really good looking Lego set than most people might think. But that really does feel like a little bit incomplete or lazy. Honestly, other than that, everything's fine. It's kind of up to you. I like this detailing up in the front. I think this function is fine. It doesn't really need a lot of play functions. This sort of like elevated platform sort of stage area looks good. This connector piece, you know, in bright red, I don't think that sticks out too much in any bad way. For the most part, it works. But this is definitely one of those sets where it's like, it's really about the minifigs. I'm not gonna lie, it's all about the minifigs. This decoration looks pretty decent, but I have a feeling this might not be as important of a set to most people, especially the audience of like people like kids and stuff that are definitely involved in wanting to get the Lego Batman movie sets. It's all action sets. Like every other set in this theme is like some vehicle versus another vehicle, and they're shooting each other with stud guns, and they're flying over stuff, and there's breakaway functions and all this other things, and it's all action, 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 and then it's just white, pink, and blue highlights with like cutesy little stars and a little DJ setup. I have a feeling this is probably not going to be the #1 demographic thing. People aren't going to be as into this set as other ones. especially because even like the DC Superheroes line has a set that's the same size, same amount of figs, or maybe one less, depending on whether or not you count Wonder Dog as a fig. And it was in like the helicopter was a pretty decent function, and you can at least play around with like the frost attack or what's her name, frostbite. So anyways, yeah, I would say this is a bit more heavily reliant as being a minifigure pack. That's like just you get some cool characters. I mean, El Dorado, Hawk Girl are the two new heroes that we've never had before, and then the cool expression for Superman's kind of nice, and then the totally reinvented version of Green Arrow looks pretty good. Wonder Dog also totally new. Wonder Dog. So yeah, it's kind of a glorified minifigure pack, but the $30 price point is fair. I would say it's fair. I don't think it's going to do as well as the other Lego Batman movie sets, just because of the nature of what this is. The build for the DJ table is really basic, and it's super reliant on the sticker detailing for it to actually like really work. And this part in the back is surprisingly lazy. So this build, I would put it at like a 6 out of 10. I don't know. Like I would put it like basic, like pretty much average, a little below average, honestly. And then good figs. The figs are fine. The detailing for them is good. I like the choice of characters. There's a million directions they could have gone. Everybody could have asked for different types of characters, but I think the character choice is good, and the detailing for them is good. So yeah, not gonna lie, this is pretty much, if you don't like the minifigs, you're not gonna like the set. If you're not at all into what these guys are, I don't really see any incentive for anyone to get the set, because this build it's fine, but it's not built in any particularly impressive way, and there's even odd bits of laziness, which honestly I don't think a set like this should have had room for, just considering the demographic it's playing around with. So yeah, that's my final thought. It's fine. It's okay. I still think the price point is fine for it. But yeah, it doesn't feel like there's a lot that people are really going to be getting out of it unless they're into the figs. There's some good parts here. There's some good parts. Like, I don't know. I like the larger round curved piece. I think that's a 6x6 curved plate in white. That's kind of a nice piece to get. I'm going to switch to this camera. Woo! Alright guys, hey Jack, awesome stream. As always, I watch the stream. I'm studying for finals. Awesome, Bert. Glad to hear that you're studying for finals. Studying, Bert. People always, I know we start our streams like in the middle of like a school day. We have had parents being like, oh, our kid's watching you during school. Try not, I don't know, you can watch it later on Twitch that isn't during school hours, or just don't get caught. Alright, so that's gonna be it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly disappointed with the quality of this build, just a little bit. I think it's fine. It looks cool. I mean, like, I like the dimensions, like I like the overall way they decided to put this together. I think it's kind of a good atmosphere that it creates, like sort of an open angle. It doesn't really look like much from the back, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, but my decision stands. It's a little bit below average in terms of like a quality build, and if you don't like the figs, you're not gonna like the set. So that's it. That's a really quick stream. It's just basically a little over an hour. I was just playing around, building up some stuff. And all right, so tomorrow is going to be another live stream. We're working on some bigger collection update videos, so stay tuned for that. We're getting back into the Marvel, DC, Star Wars. We're having new collections. I've ordered some parts for new figs to come up, and we can play around with different organizations of collections, and then update old ones and add new ones. So we're looking into that, and I'm excited. So anyways, yeah, you're in Scotland. It's that time where you guys are. I'm just reading the chat. It's 8 a.m. here, live stream here. All right, when will the next video be? We're gonna have a video releasing tomorrow. We're gonna have live stream tomorrow. We're gonna have videos all day, every day. It's all we do. BrickVault. Okay. All right, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.